When I think climate, I think jobs. I think union jobs, not a joke. Not a joke. This law is creating millions of good-paying, clean energy manufacturing jobs, including offshore wind. When I took office, I set a goal of producing 30 gigawatts of offshore energy wind by 2030. 30 gigawatts is enough to power 10 million homes. It'll help put us on a path to 100% clean energy by 2035. By 2035, all of the electricity you turn in is all going to be clean energy. It's not hypothetical. Construction is already underway in 2 major projects off the East Coast. And just within the last month, the Department of Interior advanced permitting on 2 more wind projects on the East Coast. And here in the Philly shipyard, Great Lakes Dredge and Dock is also stepping up to help meet the clean energy goals. Here today, workers in 9 different unions will start building a vessel called the Acadia. It's going to place heavy rocks at the base of the offshore wind projects to stabilize them when they put these down. And it's going to protect it against erosion. Be the first vessel of its kind that's made in America, American-owned, American-operated. And the rocks will come from American quarries. And it'll be loaded at American ports. Steel for vessels being made by the United States steelworkers in Indiana. The engine will be made in the United States electrical, radio, and machine workers in Pittsburgh. The crew is going to be American mariners from Seafarers International Union. The turbines themselves will be as tall as the buildings in Center City, Philadelphia. That's how big they are. And the blades, 110 yards long. I went to see them being made in Colorado. It's breathtaking. And I might add, notwithstanding what the other guy said, windmills do not cause cancer. Look, some folks may not know there was a law in 1920 called the Jones Act that was passed. It says ships traveling between U.S. ports have to be American-built, American-owned, and have American crews. But there's some content to rely on ships built overseas without American crews to operate them. Again, not on my watch. We're strengthening American shipbuilding, supporting good union jobs, and bringing offshore wind supply chains back home. Before the pandemic, supply chain wasn't a phrase that most Americans ever thought about. But today, after delays in parts and products, everybody knows what a supply chain means and why they matter. Our Investing in America agenda is bringing our clean energy supply chains home. Since I took office, we've seen more than $16 billion in new offshore wind investments, including 18 offshore wind vessels, 12 manufacturing facilities, and 13 ports. Today, we announced the first ever offshore wind sale in the Gulf of Mexico. We're going to the Gulf. Think I'm kidding. Ain't seen nothing yet. Across the Delaware River in Paulsboro, New Jersey, workers are welding the steel foundation for another large-scale wind project. That's going to create more than 3,000 good-paying jobs. The project off the coast of New York will use a vessel built in the shipyards of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Florida, rely on electrical substations, engineered in Kansas and made in Texas. The Inflation Reduction Act offers tax credits for projects using American-made iron, steel, manufactured projects, so our clean energy future will be made in America. I mean it. And all this investment, you know it better than any group of people I could be talking to, all this investment means good-paying jobs here at home, here at home. We're making sure these new jobs come free and fair, and the ability to join a union if you're not already in a union. I made a commitment that I'd be the most pro-union president in American history. I'm keeping that promise. Let me explain why. I met with the Business Roundtable, the leading businessmen in the nation. And they asked me why. I said, because it's good for you. I tell business all the time, union workers are the best in the world. You don't just say, by the way, I want to be an electrician. Here's my license. The young woman you just heard, she's not an electrician, but guess what? 4 to 5 years of apprenticeship. It's like going back to school. It's like going to college for 4 years. You do the job right, they do it on time, and long term it costs less than non-union labor. And here at the Philly shipyard, over 1,000 union workers will be employed on site, like metal workers, boiler makers, electricians. In fact, this shipyard runs an apprentice program giving workers the skills to do these jobs. They can earn up to $100,000 a year, and you don't need a college degree. Just a few years ago, this shipyard was down to a handful of workers. As these guys know, I've been coming here for a long, long time, since 1973, when it was a Navy shipyard. And a lot of us wondered whether it would still be here, didn't we? A lot of us wondered 15, 10, 12 years ago. Well, let me tell you, it's coming alive again. Just this week, my administration completed a review of a potential wind project off the coast of Rhode Island and Connecticut. It's part of the National Project Labor Agreement with the building trades. And I want to thank the AFL-CIO President Liz Schuler for personally getting that done. Together, we're transforming the country.